You don't offer friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather. Instead, you come into my house on the day of my daughter's wedding and ask me to murder for money. I ask you for justice. That is not justice. Your Milan is still alive. Okay, enough of the Italian references.
Oh, that's a nice tree. That's a really nice tree. Hey guys, it's Eric from Me Backing Out. How you guys doing? Today I have the Leitner Milan. This bike is pretty much like the Venice, however it's got the smaller wheels. So this one has the 24-inch wheels, whereas the Venice has the 26-inch wheels. Yeah, well, that's a big seat. Big seat for a big bottom. So yeah, this is, I believe it's a 250 watt motor, so street legal, mounted on a rear hub. Got a bike rack and everything. So we'll test it out and we'll see how we go.
Milan, the Lombardy region capital known for its fashion and design, so you would expect a bike of that name to look good, and this Milan does. The bike frame is your common cruiser style that features a step-through design and a glossy white finish. The Leitner logos accompany the frame on both sides as well as the battery. This e-bike also comes in other colors such as black, silver, blue and red. However, I think the white looks the best because the other color schemes look a little bit bland. Adding to the style is a nice looking chain guard and glossy black handles that all adds to the aesthetics. The combination of the parts really work well together to deliver a beautiful looking bike. Found at the center of the Kenda e-bike tires is a 250 watt hub motor mounted on the rear. As you guys may know, this means that it's street legal and capable of propelling the bike at 25 km per hour. Alongside the 24-inch wheels are disc brakes that are connected to the cable Woosing brake levers. The battery is a 36 volt 10 amp hour lithium ion pack that Leitner actually gives you the option of upgrading to 16 amp hour for an additional cost. This is claimed to improve the range to 80 km over the standard 50 km, which is quite an upgrade. It is also removable and features a battery indicator. One thing that you may notice is the location of the battery, behind the seat tube. This setup does provide a well-balanced e-bike, however generally these layouts are tricky to work with as they sometimes make it difficult to access the battery. In this particular case, the Milan does not have a flipping seat, so you will need to remove the seat post before removing the battery. Not a big issue though, just a slight inconvenience. Other components found on the Milan are the large, and I mean very large, Velo seat that cradles the entirety of your butt.
Wow, that's a pretty big butt.
And assisting in the comfort department as well are the front-fitted Top Gun suspension forks. Moving along to the Zoom handlebars, you can find a throttle and meter. Leitner have programmed the throttle to only work up to 6 km per hour, however they said they can remove this limitation for off-road use only.
So a cool feature that I'll show you, turn the bike on first, is this throttle. It has a big red button here. So you can see that the throttle's not working, but once I press the button, it works. So it's pretty handy for riders that don't want the throttle on all the time. So you don't accidentally throttle when you're riding in small places or something. Also, they put this button in a pretty nice location so you don't accidentally press it amongst all of this contraptions and stuff, all of this. So yeah.
The Milan uses a basic M790 meter that really can't get any simpler. It shows you your battery and pass level and also carries a switch to the LED headlight. Also, I just quickly mentioned that the bike has a rear bike rack for those Sunday market groceries. Into my riding experience now, the Milan was okay. It wasn't bad, but a couple issues I had are holding it back. Beginning with the brakes, they weren't that good in my opinion. You would definitely struggle stopping downhill. I think they just weren't fitted right because I got the wobbles when I braked hard. Maybe they were warped. I'm not too sure. The brakes were just not up to my standard. Hopefully this was just a faulty bike. On to the next issue, which was the ergonomics. Now guys, take this with a grain of salt because everyone's body is different. But I felt like I was being pushed to the handlebars. I like to feel upright and relaxed, especially for a cruiser, but for this I felt like I was leaning forward. I thought maybe because I'm 6'3", but my girlfriend had a test of the bike and said the exact same thing, so I'm not too sure here. If you guys are taller than 5'4", Leitner does recommend the Venice, which is basically a larger version of the Milan with 26-inch wheels. One last issue I had was the gearing. Now again, this might be only due to this particular bike, maybe it's a faulty one, I don't know, but I felt as if the gearing was a little bit rough and the chain skipped a couple of times and came off. So this only happened when I pedaled downhill. Maybe you guys could tweak it or fix it, it's just something I noticed. Okay, enough of the bad, let's get into what the Milan does well. Now although I had some issues with the gearing, when I wasn't changing gears and just pedaling the bike was extremely smooth. So I just want to make that clear, that the roughness was from the gearing, but the ride itself was really fluid. Also, I can say that the front forks were great. I was surprised by this setup because it doesn't look like much, but they provided such a comforting ride. Going up and down walkway ramps, grinding up the grass, the top front forks got the job done. What would have made it perfect is if it had a suspension fitted seat post. That would have made it as comfortable as the Smart Motion E-City, which in my opinion is still the most comfortable bike I've tested. Power wise, the bike gave me what I needed. No issues or dramas there with the street legal hub motor. It helps me when I need to get up the hills, and also the throttle is a nice addition that helps me with the takeoff. I give kudos to them for that. So wrapping this review up, the Milan is a good design. However, it suffers some mechanical issues that can be fixed. Aesthetically, I think it looks great. Practically, it's realistic and features the things that you need, such as a bell and a bike rack, and motor wise, it gets the job done. It's definitely a bike that has the potential, and it will get better. Thanks for watching guys, and for the full review and specs, hop on our website ebikingnow.com. Also like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel to stay updated. Peace out e-bikers, and remember to turn on, hop on, and ride on.